Hey everyone, how are you? I'm doing just great. I'm here today in front of our movie bookshelf. As you can see, there's a lot of movies and TV shows in this bookshelf. And I decided I wanted to go through some of my favorites today with you. Because whenever I do like a Q&A, I always forget all of my favorite ones. So I'm just going to go through and talk about some of them. It's one of my favorite things to do is watch movies. And a lot of movies have I think just like anything else, they influence your life in a way. So if that sounds like something you might enjoy, just stick around and we'll go through them together. So maybe I'll just do what's over here today because I can see it, and then next time I'll do like that side of the shelf or something. So let's see. Wow. I'm going to start with this movie. Obviously, I've watched it many times. This movie, I love this movie. It's not like action, maybe a little bit. I think it's more of like a love story. But the music is just incredible. And it's French, obviously. That looks very French, no? And this is one of the movies that really influenced my piano playing. Some of the first songs I learned by ear were Amelie songs. And I am trying to post piano music on my channel, but I hurt my thumb recently and I just figured out how to record it the way that I wanted to, so hopefully that'll be coming up soon. I love anime, so a lot of this might be anime, and a lot of them might be really worn because I've watched them a lot. So this is Witch Hunter Robin. I used to love this show when I was first getting into anime, and I've watched, this is just the first season, and I've watched this so many times because it has some really cool action witch magic things in it, but it's kind of scary. I really like this one, and I used to have a t-shirt, but I grew out of it. It's very small now. I think I've mentioned this before, but I love this movie. I just love it. I saw it in the theater twice. Yeah, I think just twice. But it's so good and it's so funny, and I love Spider-Man. I think he might be my favorite superhero. And the guy who plays the new Spider-Man is really cute. He's a little young for someone who just turned 30 something, but it's one of my all-time favorite movies. This is season 5 of The Simpsons. first Simpsons season I watched, I think, was this one. And my favorite seasons are like 3 through like 12. But this one has Deep Space Homer in it. I love that one. The back. It's all like worn. I really watch my DVDs. I know that one's Santa's Little Helper, but I don't remember what the cat's name is. So, Simpsons, great show. You know what show I keep forgetting to mention is Red Letter Media and their Best of the Worst show. It's on YouTube. Red Letter Media is like the channel or the production company that they run. I'm not 100% sure, so don't judge me if that was wrong. But their show called Best of the Worst is like one of my favorite shows in the entire universe. It's hilarious. There's like 4 main guys and some other people that come on that review movies, like bad movies, and then they pick which one they think is the best of the worst. And I freaking love that show. So a lot of the bad movies on the shelf are from watching that show and needing to watch that terrible movie. So I've talked about this movie before. This is The Secret of Kells. It's just like the best. The art is so cool. And it's just an amazing movie. If you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend watching The Secret of Kells because it makes me want to throw up. It's so great. This movie has inspired a lot of like paintings and research in history and like Irish and Celtic like interests in culture and stuff like that. So this movie is tops. This is another anime. It's actually really good. It's about this Iranian woman who grew up in Iran during one of their wars and then ended up going to college and spending her adolescence in France. And it's just a gorgeous anime and it makes you want to laugh and cry. But it's funny, it's like funny, it's charming. This woman is amazing. Her name's Marjane. And she's incredible. And this was like the real story of this woman's life. And she created this anime, so it's really good. Called Persepolis. Another good anime that I love. It's called Paprika. And it's about this woman. There she is right there. And she goes around with this like device. I forget what it's called. But she goes inside your dreams and it's like a dream psychologist, and she helps you figure out your dreams, and so she's like inside your head. But it's really cool, and like the dreams start to come out into reality and they both start to mesh. It's just pretty awesome. The music is really good and the art is really good, and this movie is awesome. I love it, but it's really weird. So it took me a couple times to watch it and figure out everything that was going on. I've definitely mentioned this movie before, I'm pretty sure. The Last Unicorn. It's one of my favorite movies. I've been obsessed with this movie since I was a tiny child, and I love it. So, this magical picture on the back. Oh my god. I love unicorns. And this has Jeff Bridges, Mia Farrow, and Angela Lansbury in it. So, and the band America performs the music. This movie is amazing. It's about a unicorn who figures out that she's the last one, and she has to go on a journey to find the other unicorns. And it's really sad, but it's amazing and wonderful. So let's see. These are like really used because I used to watch these movies all the time. Whoa, look, he's going nuts. This one's called Bender's Big Score, and it's right after season 6 ended, I think was the last one. And then they made 4 movies, and then they started the show back up again. And I just love Futurama. I love it. It's one of I think it's like my all-time favorite show. So this is the first movie. This is the second one, The Beast with a Billion Backs. Oh no. The third one is Bender's Game. This one's pretty good. It's like a Lord of the Rings, like Dungeons and Dragons parody. It's pretty funny. And the last one is Into the Wild Green Yonder. I love this show. So the next show I want to talk about is called Fooly Cooly. This was the first like short kind of like movie series. There's only 6 episodes to season 1, and I heard they came out with a season 2, but I'm not so sure. I don't know what's going on with that. So this anime, I can't even explain it because it sounds insane. But I'm gonna try, and it's gonna be really weird. So this is an alien. The second disc is this one. Her name's Mamimi. This is the third one. And this guy meets the alien. She has a magical bass guitar that she pulls like a lawnmower string on, and it is able to perform this like magical task where when you hit someone in the forehead, it opens a portal into this giant iron in a town that this guy lives in. Oh, it's not sounding good. There's the iron. And she's trying to pull out this guy called Adamisk, who is a pirate king, and he steals entire star systems and solar systems and all this stuff. He's like this alien guy who's like really powerful. And she's trying to pull him. He's trapped in the iron. She's trying to pull him out of the iron so she can consume him. But she's also like in love with him. I've watched it so many times and I think I understand it. But the music's really good. It's by this band called The Pillows. It's just some crazy shit, you know. But that anime is actually really good. So obviously, you know, I'm obsessed with Coraline. And here's the movie. I think I have more than one copy because like my first one doesn't work anymore. This is Akira or Akira. This movie is amazing. Classic anime. This movie is about ultimate knowledge of the universe that is locked inside of your DNA, the cells in like your DNA. So that's like actually what it's about, but there's a lot of like violence and weird people blowing up. They make fun of it in like South Park, and it's really good though, and it's creepy and amazing, and you know how much I like creepy stuff, so this is Afro Samurai. This shit is awesome, and the number one in this season 1 is like this cowboy guy whose head gets like shot off and snaps back up, and he's like one of my favorite villains that I've ever seen in my whole life. He's really creepy, and I love how scary he is. I love villains. It's weird, but has Samuel L. Jackson as the voice of Afro Samurai, and this anime is the bomb, as they say. My stomach's like growling a lot. I think it might be hungry, but obviously everyone loves Jurassic Park. Of course, I love the first one, and I have fond memories of the second one too, because I was like, the first one scared the bejesus out of me when I was a little kid, and I was a little bit older when the second one fan of both of them. After I got a little older, and now I love them. My boyfriend has a lot of movies like Die Hard, Gladiator, and I like them, but they're not I wouldn't watch them before I met him on my own time, but we watch them together, and I really enjoy watching those. This is one of my favorite versions of Peter Pan. This movie is magical, and they stick with the plot of the play pretty well. Hook, the man who plays Hook, also plays the father, which is traditional in the play, and I thought that was really cool that they left that in. And it's just really colorful, and the music. Yeah, because I used to be obsessed with this soundtrack, and I still am. It's amazing. So, this is a good one. Everyone loves this movie, but so do I. There's a couple parts that I really don't like, and one of them is when the guy gets hit in the face with the bottle, and I think I watched it once in the theater, and I've never watched it again because I just fast forward right through it because it really disturbs me. But I love this movie, and who doesn't? It's creepy AF. It's magical, it's weird, and again, it's really scary. So a lot of people probably wouldn't like it actually if they don't like scary movies, but I love this movie. There's some violence in it, so I don't know if you guys have seen my Pacific Rim t-shirt, but I love the movie Pacific Rim. I love it. I just love it's like a live action anime. I love the kaiju. I love the Jaegers. The kaiju, they alien monsters are really cool. There's some, there's some plot holes, and the acting's not very good, but I don't care. So, I don't care what anyone says. I love this movie. Obviously, I love this movie because it's great, and I love space, and Matt Damon is in it. I think it's the best he's ever looked because he's a nerd, scientist, weirdo guy, and that's kind of my jam. So I love the nerds. I'm a sucker. I just love super smart people, and people that have a weird, quirky sense of humor. I wonder why that is. Because I'm a weirdo. But obviously, this is a great movie. Oh my god. When I first met my boyfriend, he got a 4K TV, and this was the first movie that we watched. crush on Charlize Theron, and I was intensely jealous. But I watched this movie, and I loved it, and she's a total badass in it, so I can't really say anything about it. She's amazing. This movie is crazy and awesome, and on a 4K TV, it looks insane, and I loved it. And I would like to watch it again, because it's been a while. Obviously, this is one of my favorite movies. The trilogy. I love all three. I don't know if I can pick a favorite. The Return of the King makes me cry more than any movie in the world, except for, oh my god, so funny, the movie Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron. It's like a cartoon, and I will like choke, cry, sobbing at that movie because I love horses so much, and it's so sad, and he like misses his horse family, and I can't even handle it, so I'll cry at that movie. But this one, I start crying when Aragorn says you bow to no one, and then everyone bows to them in the White City, and then I'll keep crying from that point all the way until Frodo leaves on the ship, because I just know he can't stay there, because nothing's ever gonna be the same in his life. Like, you can't go back from that, you know, you just have to keep moving forward. Frodo, I understand you. And the book, it's like pretty descriptive, like in the book and stuff. This is my favorite thing ever. Movies and books. Both. They're both so good. This is Guardians of the Galaxy, and this movie is amazing, and my boyfriend actually looks like Chris Pratt a lot. When I first met him, I thought he looked exactly like him, and now he just looks kind of like, he doesn't look like him anymore. Chris Pratt is cute. I'm biased. And I think that's probably why I don't think he looks like him, is because I think he's like cuter. Again, I'm biased because, you know, I think he's the best. But it's hard to pick a favorite character. It'd probably be this guy. I forget what his name is. They're all great. So. I'm just gonna check the very bottom shelf and make sure that I didn't miss anything. I don't think you guys can see it though. Oh my god, I did. I missed Young Frankenstein. I freaking love this movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Super kooky, but I've been watching it like my whole life, pretty much. And I think I know like every line to this movie, obviously, because it's great. So. Monty Python movies. I don't know why. It's just like the right kind of kooky for me, and I love the song at the end. It's morbid. But it's also hilarious, and everyone thinks this Brian is the savior. He's born at the same time as Jesus Christ. So if you don't like, it's not making fun of religion at all. It's just like using religion as like a base for like the story, and it's pretty good. So I know a lot of people don't like this movie, but I love it. Land of the Lost, because he's a paleontologist, but technically he's a quantum paleontologist, which I don't think those exist. It's got Danny McBride in it, Will Ferrell, and her name's Holly in the movie, but I'm not sure. And then a monkey named Shaka, who reminds me of my brother. Shout out to my brother. Sorry. And this movie got terrible reviews, and a lot of people really hated it. And I thought it was great because it had a bunch of like anthropology humor, and he kept making like paleontology jokes, and he's a huge doofy scientist. And some of the jokes, there's a couple jokes in here that like make me cry, so I actually love this movie. No judgment if you don't like it, but you just can't judge me for liking it, okay? I think this is going to be the last movie that I talk about tonight, and it's the Grand Budapest Hotel. My boyfriend got me a Blu-ray copy because he hadn't seen it before, and we watched the DVD that I have, and he actually really liked it, so he got the Blu-ray. He thinks the Blu-rays are better. I'm sure they are. This movie, I love. I'm not like a huge fan of Wes Anderson movies. But I really liked Fantastic Mr. Fox, and Life Aquatic was pretty good. And I'm obsessed with this movie. I love it. I love the acting, the cast, the story, the music. It's so colorful and like goofy. I think it's incredibly well made. I would even say like brilliant. I love it. So it makes me cry every time because it's amazing. Alright, you guys, well, we got through like this section right here, and there's a whole nother section behind me that's about the same size, so I'll definitely do that one next time. It looks like there's some movies missing out of it, so I'll have to put those away so I can make sure I don't miss them. Well, thanks for joining me, everyone, for going through some of my favorite movies and TV shows, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video.